as an actress that is, what, how old are you?
11.
You're 11 years old. You're obviously working a lot and playing not as much.
Well, I'm not sure. What did you mean by that question?
You're not, you're working more than most kids work. And you're playing a lot less than most kids play. As far as outside and maybe going to Girl Scouts and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I have time for myself too, because I play with my friends. I have friends on the shows. I don't go to my regular school anymore, so I really don't know many of the kids there. But I have friends, a lot of friends on the show, and I play with them on Saturdays and Sundays. And I have time for myself, so it's okay with me. Plus, this is my life. This is what I want to do. So it doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. Except my mom and my dad and my brother. This is my life. This is what I want to, this is my career when I grow up.
What's up, everybody? Right now I'm standing right across the street from the house that Shannen Doherty used to live in. And from my understanding, she bought this house in 1998 and she sold it in 2015. Now, this was her primary house for quite a long time. Now, in today's video, of course, it's going to be all about Shannen Doherty. We're going to talk about the house. We're just going to talk about Shannen and remember her career. We're also going to take a look at one of the last places that she was seen out in public with her mom. And we'll get more into that as we go. And we're also going to show one of the filming locations of Beverly Hills 90210. So it's going to be a somber one, but let's go.
What is it about you as an actress, get all these wonderful good girl roles? Why is that? Father Murphy, Little House, and now Our House. What is it about you?
I have no idea. Maybe they think that that's how I am.
Is that how you are?
I would say I'm a good girl, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I mind my parents. I'm like Chris Witherspoon in many ways, because we're both very ambitious. And it would be nice to go for a change and play the bad girl for once.
So this is Shannen Doherty's house. Now, it is dark. It's a little hard to film and take photos of because of the just the dark quality, the wood, and it's just, and the shadows all kind of working together, making this a little difficult to film. Now, this home is up here in the Malibu Hills, and it's just a gorgeous neighborhood. And the house, that is one unique looking house. It's kind of modern, kind of mixed with kind of more of a old, maybe classic style, maybe a cabin, kind of like log cabin type feel to it. I don't know, it's interesting. Now, she owned multiple homes in Malibu and throughout LA County. And she also owned a home in Tennessee where she had a horse ranch. And she downsized, she started to downsize right around the time she was first diagnosed with cancer. And she continued to do so after the second time she was diagnosed with cancer. So it's a little hard to pinpoint the exact house that she was living in when she passed away.
You earn a regular, and I would guess a pretty good paycheck. How do you spend your money at 15, going on 16?
Well, I'm very involved with horses, and a lot of it is put away for my trust fund, but it's mainly with my horses. I want to start getting into all that kind of stuff.
Now we're gonna get into the part where I hope I can get through it without the lump building up in my throat, because every time I start thinking of this part, I get a little sad. I'm not gonna lie. So if I get choked up, I'll just turn off the camera and kind of bring myself back to, you know, the video. I also want to bring up, because this is important for the story to unfold, she was married to Kurt Iswarienko and they were together for a long time. By the end of it, they were together for 14 years, and they were married for 11 years. So this is not an overnight thing. Now, she was married 2 other times before this, but this was the longest marriage she had. And she was going through
She was diagnosed with cancer.
Kurt Izwarienko was saying, hey, I'm here for you, you know. We're a family and we're going to get through this. In 2015, Shannen Doherty was diagnosed with breast cancer. In 2017, the cancer went into remission. She was still acting, she was still doing her thing, living her life, and around 2019, she was diagnosed with cancer again. And this is the part where it gets really hard, because most people know that if you're diagnosed a second time, well, let's just say it's not good news. And she came out openly in 2020 that she was diagnosed with cancer. In 2023, fast forwarding 3 years, the cancer spread to her brain, and she went under surgery for that. And it was around that time too that Shannen Doherty discovered that Kurt, her husband, was cheating on her before she went into surgery. And she essentially told him, I don't want you to be there for me anymore. I don't even want you there during my surgery. She was asking for a divorce. Before she passed away, the day before she passed away, she actually got the divorce with her husband. Shannen Doherty died on July 13th, 2024. Oddly enough, I just did a video of Richard Simmons, and he passed away on that exact same day. Shannen Doherty died at the age of 53, and I can say for certain that 53 is way too young to, you know, die. It's way too soon. Now, Shannen Doherty had a lot of requests before she died, and one of those requests were that her funeral be very private, because she had feuds with several people. We could say that she was a little bit of a feisty person, and that's fine. It's not to dig on her. It's just that's who she was. And she requested that some people do not show up to her funeral. She wanted it to be a private funeral. She didn't want people sitting in the crowd that she felt were just using this moment to make themselves look good.
There's a lot of people that I think would show up that I don't want there.
Right.
Like, I don't want them there, because the reasons for showing up aren't necessarily the best reasons. Like, they don't really like me. And you know what? They have their reasons, and good for them. I don't want people to be crying, or people to privately being like, thank God that's dead now.
But she did want to be cremated, and there's several things that she said that she wanted to happen with her ashes. One was she okayed some of her friends that wanted some of her ashes to be placed into some jewelry. The other thing that she said she wanted done to her ashes was to be planted with a tree, mixed into the soil of the tree, and to kind of live through that tree. I think that's so beautiful. The last request that she had for her ashes was to mix her ashes with her father and her last dog, and then spread the ashes throughout Miami, important areas that she remembers her and her father going to. Now, I can't say whether if any of those happened. There's no definitive answer on which one happened, but I think they're all, you know, beautiful and thoughtful things that you can do with ashes, other than just keeping them in an urn in a closet somewhere.
This was one of the last places that Shannen Doherty was seen at with her mom and her niece, and this is a restaurant called Chrissy's, and they were in good spirits apparently, and that's something that kind of lifts my spirit a little bit, that even though during trying times you still can have moments of positivity and laughter, and in a way that just, I don't know, it makes me feel better to think about that.
My fans showing up, like those are those are people who've supported me my entire life and my career
and love you,
and I love them. Like, that's different. I'm talking about like people that really don't like me. I just don't want those people there, and I know who they are, but they will, because it's the politically correct thing to do and they don't want to look bad, and so I kind of want to take that pressure off of them.
Now, right behind me here is a filming location for 90210. And I figured I would end this video on this location. Now, this is by no means a filming location video. This is just a kind of, let's end on a more lighter note, a positive note, and let's end on something that perhaps you enjoyed with Shannen Doherty and Luke Perry, who passed away in 2019. I just wanted to show the main high school from 90210, and that is right here, actually, in Torrance, California. Now, Torrance, California is probably it's an LA city. It's within LA County, but it's about 40 minutes away from Beverly Hills. So yeah, this is it. This is the West Beverly Hills High School. And there has been a lot of scenes filmed right here in the front of the school here. Now, the real name of the high school is Torrance High, or Torrance High School. Ladies and gentlemen, if you found this video at all informative or entertaining, or any positive tag words you can put on this, please go check out my latest video, which was about Richard Simmons passing away. This is just my way of showing my respects. It's right here. This is a Richard Simmons video, and if you wanted to see something else, go check out this video right here. I'll see you guys over in either one of these videos. Take care.